story, basically.
Hey, just in time for domesticated moss to arrive. Hello! It's fine, domesticated moss. You haven't missed anything because
There we go.
you haven't been able to hear anything.
So I'm going to apologise to anyone that's watched anything so far. All they've actually done is done a lot of looting and found a load of magical items, which I'm sure you will think. Hi, domesticated moss. Nice of you to join us.
Don't apologise.
Hey, don't you apologise at all. We've just had a bit of an issue with sound, and I fixed it now. But yeah, everything up until you joined us, no one could hear, which is why.
We just need to announce that Grinks has had a message from Malrin.
Oh yes,
and Malrin is due to return shortly.
Yes, Malrin is on his way. So whilst all they're doing that, is anyone doing anything with the gems on the dead Gigamox?
I mean, strength isn't really my thing, but I'll try and dig some out.
Okay,
I can assist because I'm quite strong.
Okay,
well,
so
then I will assist you in that case.
Okay, so Eli, we'll say you spend a bit of time doing this. So you do some digging with that, and roll me strength with advantage, so that you can see how many you get.
Right, so I'm rolling 2 d20s and adding my strength modifier. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Oh, okay. Either of them would have been good, but we'll take the 19.
Nice.
19 plus 3 is 22.
22. Right. I'm going to ask you, how long would you like to spend doing this?
Quite a while, because I want to make sure I've got everything.
Can we be doing this while Grinks is doing his...
Absolutely, yeah. So, in the whole time that Grinks is doing that, you guys can head on over. You managed to get out of this creature a total of 34 gems of various different sizes, all green in colour. And I just need to find out exactly... So I'm losing my voice a little bit today. Do new references. There we go. So if I can find out what type of gems they are, I'll be all right. I do have one here. Where are they?
1,000 gold apiece. Oh, that's a wonderful gem to have 34 of.
Hang on. What I'll do is I'll call them emeralds for now. So they're worth probably about 25 gold each.
Wow.
Of these gems. It's finding someone to appraise them. And then buy them off you. In this time, Malrin, whilst you're walking and sort of like making your way towards Westera, because that's where the party said that they were going to be, or that's where they were going to be heading. This is when you sent the message to Grinks to ask where he was, and he sent you the message back saying where you were. It's not a place that you are familiar with. However, you do know what the oases are, considering they are like southwards of where your temple is. So,
have they been mapped?
Sorry?
Have they been? Is there a map with them on the landmark?
Yeah, so I'll zoom in on the stream actually, but you can't see the stream. So if you go onto the Discord and go to maps.
Yep.
And go to... Hang on, where is it? I thought I did an updated one on here. Maybe I didn't.
There.
Oh yeah, there we go. If you go to the
formation south of Westera.
If you go to the one that says "Who wants DLC," there's the map on there. If you look at where Westera is, and there's sort of like the tree line with little lakes in it or little oases.
The footsteps of the gardener.
The footsteps of the gardener. That is correct.
So this just so I'm right in thinking this.
Yeah.
The map that we have available on here in World would have been a map that somebody drew. A cartographer has drawn this.
Yes. This
Wonderful.
the cartographer specifically is Kai Somerled, who the party met in Westera. So
I'm going to take 10 minutes. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to cast Guiding Hand. And
ooh!
Out of Maureen's hand, here's a snake which acts like a compass. I will
Excellent.
follow the guiding hand.
I forgot that you could do that. That's amazing.
Phil,
So
I
yeah.
have new spells as well. So prepare yourself.
Oh, I'm prepared. So yeah, you use your guiding hand spell, and the snake sort of like comes out, and it for thematics it's gonna and sliver on the floor, and you can follow it to its destination. It'll take you a couple of hours before you eventually start to get sort of the tree line of where the Iris Oasis would be, and you actually get to a point where you come to the tree line sort of opens up into like a larger area, rocky outcrops, and then as you're walking a bit further, you notice a distinct irony smell in the air, and then you see blood splatter on the floor, and a cart which has been smashed against a tree, and boulders on the floor. Looks like something went down here at some point. Recently,
Okay.
I'm saying recently, I mean in the last few hours, something went down here.
Can I ascertain if what's going on? Shit. Sorry, shit. Ugh.
Hello?
I just knocked my phone on the floor. 2 seconds.
Okay.
Here's my phone. Sorry,
Oh.
I grabbed it.
All right. Okay.
There we go. Can I ascertain anything about the cart? Like, is there any heraldry or anything that shows who this cart belonged to before? I'm assuming the rock is still on top of it.
Okay. Yeah. So the rock is sort of like broken, and the cart itself has been sort of flung and smashed into the tree, so it's kind of away from the rocks and stuff. But there is a giant boulder on the floor with sort of like blood splatter and like large humanoid limbs, sort of like all over the place, which doesn't look good. You ascertain as you do an give me an investigation roll, please, on the cart.
Okay. That is a 17.
17. Yeah, it's quite easy to ascertain. This cart belongs, and you've seen carts with this sort of design as well. This cart belongs to the people of the city of Verto, which is what you saw within the Amora Bastor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's a druidic cart.
Interesting.
Mm.
I'm assuming it looks pretty empty and destroyed.
Mm. It looks like it's been looted recently, actually.
Okay.
You gather evidence of looting.
So, with that, if I look around the area, are there any signs of arrows? Particularly Raljin's arrows.
You do actually notice some signs of arrows and bolts as well, actually.
Okay. So with that, I will acknowledge that this is likely the right trail towards the party.
As you're making that thought, you hear voices, sort of like in the distance, south of where you are.
I will turn around to pinpoint the sound.
Okay, so you head towards the sounds. Are you going stealthily, or are you going just walking towards them?
Do I use the new feature? I will walk towards them normally.
You walk towards them normally. Okay. As you start making your way towards the voices begin to come into quite clearer now of what they're talking about. You hear the sounds of two familiar voices that are celebrating, pulling out giant rocks, and like, yeah, I got a big one. So, you hear Elar celebrating as he pulls a giant gem out of the dead carcass of this huge Gigamock mountain creature, and you see the rest of the party come into view. As you see Grink sitting on the floor, sort of like mulling over some magical items and probably counting some of the gold that he's been given, and Sal, you're there, probably sat with him, looking greedily at the money as well. And yeah, everyone you see, as he's not moving stealthily, you notice Maureen coming to him. Would you like to describe what they see, Maureen, please?
So, As you turn around and you're in the din of looting these giant stone creatures, you see a form the same height as Mulrin and definitively walking with the same wizened step. However, he is coated in a purple crystal armor.
What?
In the armor itself is fully covering, and it's interwoven hot crystals. You notice in the center there are 3 separate circular holes with shiny red-eyed coins within the crevices. And finally, the crowning piece of all of it, the head is much in the form of a cobra, again made of crystals, forming up. Just for context for any of you who can't picture what I'm describing, think of it like the Jafar helmets off Stargate.
Amazing.
As Morin walks up, he taps onto the side of his helmet, and the crystals begin to and snicker away back into, revealing Morin's head. His mustache is a bit longer because he's been away a while, and he pulls out a pipe. So, you destroy a creature with gems in it, and it's a coincidence that I show up at just the right moment.
Love it.
I hop down from the carcass and I run over and I just go, "Oh, thank God you're back!"
What have I missed? What have I missed?
I've been trying to be the sensible one by myself for weeks.
Sounds like you need bed rest, my friend. Are Gigamox like a mythological creature? Would I recognise this by looking at them immediately?
Give me a history check.
I'm not very good at them, Phil.
It's based on your
That is a-
reading and your book smarts.
That's a 17 on the dice. So that's like a 19.
19. Okay. Yeah, you've heard of Gigamox. You've read about Gigamox. Living in such close proximity to the oases, you'll have heard legends of the Gigamox, who are essentially children of the gardener, which are born within the bottom of the oasis, of each oasis, which within each footstep. They tend to take thousands of years, or hundreds of years, sorry, to actually birth or be born. However, these ones appear to have been awoken prematurely. One thing that you'll have known, if they are ever awoken prematurely, they tend to be, let's say, very grouchy and tend to go on like rampages. It doesn't happen very often, so yeah. But
With
yes.
that, Morin's making observations, sort of walking around the Gigamock, and I'll clamber up onto one of them and do some inspection.
Mm-hmm.
So this looks like a juvenile Gigamock.
Yeah.
Why are you fighting juvenile Gigamocks?
So Herion has been awakening them, and it's a bit of a long story, but essentially he's declaring open war on the kingdom. And
Fantastic. I was
he's-
hoping he would be the one underneath the boulder rousing.
no, sadly not. He's been somehow controlling or brainwashing others to do his bidding. Yeah, it's so
I wonder
we're following him to the best of our ability. He's been heading north.
I have a funny suspicion I know where he's going next. Unfortunately, I have uncovered workings of a siren against
Oh yes.
my own faith. Something else I forgot to mention as well.
Tell us what you
On
know
the
on
side-
Siren the Mulren.
Just
As you look over, you notice there are 2 skulls that are attached to the midsection of Morin's armor. They look serpentine in nature. I have found during my travels, my calling brought me from the vault that we encountered previously to Course Iron Developments, which is a mining shell company owned by a Siren syndicate. Within the Course Iron Developments mine, using some wonderful trickery, I managed to discover that there was the remains of another Naga priest within the mining itself.
Oh.
And not only is there a ledger of items that have been taken from said priest and others, but our old friend Cohen of Cohen's Collectibles in Fissenhorn, Bill,
Yes.
Ah, yes.
Hmm.
she is involved in fencing them.
Oh.
For a siren.
Yes.
Hmm.
Further to that, also, as I now have 3 coins of the Acquirer, I've been able to, as you can tell, access more things than what I believed the Naga's research has gone into. And there is advanced technology within our vaults. It is my decision, and my decision alone, as per the Five-Faced Queen, if I share this information with everybody, but I believe a siren to be attempting to weaponize the research of the Naga and infiltrating the vaults through explosive means, as well as by acquiring the coins of the Acquirer also. Now, a siren has made this very, very personal.
I think we
So-
all have a duty to join together and rid the planet, this world, of us siren.
I believe also that is the case, Ayla. But I
Wait.
have my suspicions.
Mulrin, do you believe Herion to be working with a siren?
I believe Herion is a scapegoat of the siren. What
Mhm.
better thing for a green dragon hiding in human form, much like its compatriots who we have encountered previously?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
This is merely conjecture on my part, Raljim. I have had a lot of time to think. I believe a siren to be a green dragon masquerading in human form, orchestrating a war between the kingdoms and the druidic entities of this world, to allow a siren and his compatriots the ability to take what they need to secure their position. And being as there are signs of war everywhere, there are people preparing weapons, there are soldiers increasing their movements, I believe it is their plan is working. And I have my
Yeah.
suspicions that due to the nature of what we have encountered so far, it is a war between dragons that will be the end result of a siren's conquest.
I mean,
So-
I certainly believe a siren to be capable of machinations of that level, but where do you get the knowledge of him being or the theory of him being a dragon of any color?
I have suspicions, and it is aligned with consequence, but also coincidence. I am deeply concerned that we have encountered many dragons, both benevolent and not so benevolent, in our time adventuring together. The first time we encountered a hostile dragon, the Five-Faced Queen pulled me away. The second time, where we encountered a friendly dragon, very shortly after, where it helped us escape the Druidic homeland. All of the events that led up to the current conflict were put in place. So far I have no concrete evidence, but I do believe a siren to be masquerading in a human form to obtain whatever they need to continue the war in their draconic form.
Oh, by the bright lady.
This is big news indeed. You are indeed the wisest of the party, and it is a relief that you've returned, Mulrin.
Thank you. It's a relief to see all of you. Though, I see that we are missing the wizard.
Grinks just waves it. I'm here.
There was another wizard.
Yes.
It's a shame to not see him here also. But
Yeah, he
Yarn,
continued on his journey to pursue his studies.
he met up
wonderful.
with some other adventurers whose interests aligned better with him than ours did.
That makes sense. We are now at a point where I believe we should start courting allies. Unfortunately, I think avoiding war is going to be difficult. But I do not believe that we are destined to just beat Orion down.
Morin,
I believe
could
there is.
you- Sorry, go on.
No, go right and go.
Could you maybe do me a favor and send a message to my father? He was on his way to request an audience with the king about a siren's advances on my hometown. If he's got himself in a siren's crosshairs, I'd feel better knowing that he's okay.
Absolutely. Remind me of his name again.
Oh god, I've forgotten his name.
Camden?
Camden, yes,
Camden.
yes, thank you. Oh jeez, what a time to blank.
It's okay. Adventuring is a stressful profession. Phil, I will send a message to Camden Whitewood, but I will send it to you on a private chat.
Okay.
And yeah, with that, Malrin is going to tap on his right arm underneath his shield. He taps with some of the crystals, and you see effectively what appears to be an illuminated screen on one of the crystals here. And with that, Malrin is concentrating, holding onto the crystal. And you can very faintly hear the scratching of a quill. It's very faint. You know it's not present in the physical world, but it's definitely somewhere near. And Morin's there for a while. You see his eyes sort of moving rapidly as if he's reading something quickly. And with that, Morin will then finish. And the crystal will return to its normal, like, dark purple.
That was
I've
cool.
made some notes. I'm what's the professional way of saying very pissed off with a siren?
No, that about does it. Oh, this might
You can join the club, Malrin.
the look, we're in a really bad place, but this is really cool, and I think you'll really like it. We have a caravan that turns invisible at night.
We have an invisible caravan.
We have an invisible caravan.
It's
I
pretty
also,
cool.
I also have a ring that blasts out fire when it's fully charged, and a trident that can control the fish and sea creatures.
The
We
trident.
invented hot tubs.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, we brought
invented-
hot we brought hot tubs up from the Underdark.
Yeah.
They're a service thing now.
Yeah.
You missed a little, you missed a lot.
I like all these great things you're going for. Oh yeah, we did this, we did that. We invented hot tubs, motherfucker.
Yeah, well, I was feeling left out of the cool stuff. I did cool stuff as well. I didn't almost drown on land. That is lies.
Yeah.
Sal is a magic thorn seller.
Yeah,
Yes, I
I
remember.
have met Mulrin. I was there
Yes,
when Mulrin met.
I'm just reminding Malrin of your magical abilities.
Yes.
Like Malrin,
Oh,
he is
God.
magic.
I just gesture to Aylar as if to say, "This is what I was talking about."
Well, I'm back now, but you must know
Thank
one more
goodness.
thing
Mm.
before we progress to do whatever we need to do. I am no longer known as Malrin or Grasper. I have surrendered my own surname.
Oh.
I have been granted a new title by the Five-Faced Queen. And
Tell
now
us.
to be known as Malrin the Deemer.
The
Wow.
demon.
The Deemer, yes. I am responsible for determining if knowledge is too dangerous.
Oh, for deeming.
Yes,
Ah.
I deem knowledge too dangerous to be kept in the public sphere, or I deem it suitable to share with those who will use it correctly.
Oh.
It is a big responsibility.
Is this your uniform?
I built this myself with
You-
inspiration from Sheffield.
What?
Um,
That's impressive.
I tap it.
I will
Cool.
press another one of my crystals, and you'll see like a set of tools come out. Sorry, Phil, I'm
Oh
just
my
phoning this
goodness.
in. I hope you don't mind.
No, you do this. I'm loving it.
Oh my god. Morgan's turned into Inspector Gadget. I love it.
So,
Did you
Morgan
take a
presses-
level an artificer?
I am an armor artificer. I have two.
Oh my
I have-
goodness. That's so
I
cool.
have 2 levels in artificer already, and
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Wow.
So you see what appears to be. It looks like something between a lockpick and a hammer. You can't explain it. It seems to change shape when you look at it funny. And more advised, this is a crystal smither. Many years ago, the Naga discovered that you can reshape and reform crystal by utilizing the right other forms of crystals to hammer and to shape them. I have built this armor from scratch within one of our temples, and as you can see, I've sort of clicked the buttons that all rapidly goes back into my arm. As you can see, it has been very productive. This may blow your mind. Is Sal like as interested as you
Sal
are?
is
man?
super interested in this. Sal is
Fantastic.
fascinated.
So you hear like a click, and then crystals start to sort of like recede away at the back, and Morin steps out from the back of it. The armor.
Oh my
stands
god, it's an
perfectly
Iron
still.
Man suit.
Yeah.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. And Morin has some new clothes as well. Sorry, Phil, I'm quite really sorry.
Do it, man.
Do it.
Do
He's
it.
wearing some very soft robes, like they just look very comfortable. He's not wearing any armor. He's not got any real jewelry on. As I said, his mustache is far longer, so he's got a proper Fu Manchu.
Looking very lustrous.
Yeah, and he's wearing like a very dark green and blue set of robes that he picked up in the temple and has had to reshape to fit in because he is half the size of a Naga.
And you have to shape it into having pants.
Yeah,
You know, because Naga don't have
yeah, there
legs.
is that. Yeah, I'm not Winnie the Poohing it around.
Oh my gosh, I kind of imagine that like instead of like shortening, you've like the skirt has been converted into some sort of like gender neutral harem pants type thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That looks
like a big tunic. Or I think like a big
Yeah.
tunic.
Awesome.
And that be that. And so yeah, Morin leaves the armor standing. It can't do anything when I'm not in it, which it breaks my heart a little bit because I did love the idea of the suit catching me midair, and I think Rob would have a heart attack if I
wow.
It depends. You could have done that if you'd gone Battlesmith, but hey ho.
What time of day is it now?
It's. I'm thinking it was early when you started this fight. So you're looking about midday-ish.
Oh yeah, it was like dawn or something.
Yeah.
when we-
So you're looking about midday. Yeah.
Grinks goes, look, it's great to see you again, Malrin, but I'm really beat up after that fight, and I could do with a short rest at least.
we could have a rest. We absolutely could. Can I do one of my old medicine checks, Phil, just to see if there's anything I can do to ease his pain in the short term?
If you would like.
Just for player knowledge, the character sheet Jay sent me for Grinks, his current hit point is 11 out of 56.
Wow. Jeez.
Yeah.
Classic, classic Grinks
Yeah.
on the brink of death, but looted and identified everything before
Yeah.
taking a rest.
He did take a beating from, I think it was Snowstorm, was it Ice Storm or something that I chucked at him.
Oof.
Yeah.
So he did take a beating from that in the last session.
With the 23, 16 on dice plus 7 medicine, I'll step back into the suit, and in the other arm you will see like an assortment of medical tools start to sort of pop out. And and I'll take one of the medical tools and start patching him up as best I can.
Cool. We'll say he gets a couple of hit points back for that. Just for thematics. You're about to have a rest anyway, I'd imagine. So, with that, whilst you're, unless there's anything else anyone wants to do at this point, because you've done a good explanation of what's going on. Did you say you've messaged Camden, or are you doing that later?
I will do that later.
Okay.
In the distance, you hear a baby.
Oh.
Violet.
there's a
Violet.
baby.
Sorry, Violet's been sitting on my lap for a second. So.
One of those ghost babies.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Does Mulrin also have a baby?
Battle
No.
baby.
Oh my god.
Oh no. That storyline would have. That storyline was set for if you had Korvac still with you. Anyway.
Wow.
Sorry, what?
So
Go on.
Aylar's gonna be. Aylar's actually really happy Mulrin's back because Aylar has a lot of respect for Mulrin and his wisdom. He appreciates Mulrin's wisdom. So Aylar's just gonna sit with Mulrin as everyone's doing everything and just say, Mulrin, do I know of anything too dangerous for public knowledge?
Well, I am curious regarding your lineage. How many people know of your mother's true identity, Aylar?
I would have an idea of this, wouldn't I, Phil?
Possibly. So it would be anyone that you would have told, really.
Well, I don't go around telling people.
No.
We just keep bumping into my family.
It has
So-
been a whole campaign based on family drama, and I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, in terms of your mother, you've not really gone and announcing it to anybody, and it wouldn't have been something that was common knowledge because it was kind of like you were not liked, not liked by your mother, but liked by the people that within the Elladale Woods. So they will go around saying, "Oh yeah, Aylar, he's a top guy." So you. Yeah, so not many people will really know about your mother's side of the lineage. Not many people really know that you're your father's son either, to be honest. Unless Bronwyn has started telling people.
I doubt
By the way, my druidic side fling has, has resulted in a new child.
And what? Sorry.
My druidic side fling. I'm trying to think how Bronwood would rationalise telling people.
Yeah, exactly.
I once played a druid who spent his entire 300 as an elk, and he had a whole family of elk. And I remember trying to explain that in the campaign, and it absolutely was so difficult.
Whilst you guys are sitting around and having this conversation and just talking, catching up with Maureen and talking about how many long lost brothers you might have, you hear a familiar, gruff dwarven voice come from behind you all. It says, "So what are you all doing sitting around here then? Just sitting on your arses when you've got people in trees stuck and needing help? Isn't that why I'm here?" And you all turn around and you see the familiar face, the familiar dwarven druid Yul, which is actually the first time he's actually been in the campaign whilst you've been here, Ash. And you see him. He's dressed in his he's sort of like his green druidic robes, and he's got his staff and his long beard with his different plaits and things in it. And he's just sort of looking at you all, looking like he's ready to get on with something. And as he turns up, I think we'll take that opportunity and have a 10-minute break and come back, and you can deal with Yul's turning up in about 10 minutes, if that's all right, guys.
Yeah.
Sounds good to
Excellent.
me.
Thank you for that. Anyone that is watching, I really am sorry about the fact that we had no sound for the first 10 minutes. So I'm really sorry. I'm glad that I caught it before we did a whole episode of it, and that would have been embarrassing. I've done that before, Sal. I've done that before.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's awful. I've had a whole session where you could hear. In fact, I've done it twice. I had a whole session where you could hear me and no one else, and I had a whole session where you could hear everyone else but not me.
was my
I
favourite.
feel like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
choose your own adventure style.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're
We
definitely
should
talking
sort
at the
of
moment.
dub ourselves in, just saying nonsense stuff.
Yeah.
But what about the giant asparagus?
My God.
No time to
Well,
explain. Grab a
there you go.
cactus.
Yes, really.
Adventures of the Culinary Guild.
The jar of peas.
I just like the. I love the meme of no time to explain. Grab a cactus. Anyway, we'll call it there for break, and we'll come back at about 9 o'clock. Is that all right, guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
What time? What time are people? I'll go to break first, and then we'll ask.
Okay.
All right, break time. Hello and welcome back to Call It
Sorry, Robert.
Crits, where we've had a bit of a funny break where we're talking about whether we're going to die alone or not. Why not? Yeah, that's where the tone has taken us. But love it.
Hey, listeners, stay in chat whether you want your lonely corpse to be eaten by cat or dog.
Oh, why not mix things up? Mix things up and get guinea pigs. Right.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, absolutely. Imagine being eaten alive by guinea pigs.
Well, I mean,
Ian
I was
dead.
assuming I'd be.
Friendly campaign.
This is silly.
Sorry,
So just because no one could hear me at the beginning of the campaign, I'm going to do just the really quick announcements first because I feel obliged. Please go check out SS Adventurer on Twitch and Red Munchkinite on Twitch if you want to keep up with D&D for SS Adventurer, which is a campaign that I'm currently involved in, and watching Monkey Island being played live by Red Munchkinite, our very own Raljian. I needed to plug those again because no one could hear me before. And also go onto Twitter and find Caprani Wheeler, who are the amazing creators of my lovely dice box, which is hiding my fantastic smoked red dice set in there. So, which I only roll on special occasions. Which, is every D&D night, because that's a special occasion, which is what we're doing tonight. So, before the break, we had the party loot the very squished Goliath and his cart and come up with a nice treasure trove of magical items. They received a message from Maureen, and Maureen has rejoined the party in his fancy new duds. And, just before we went for a break, Yul, the Druid, member of the Gaia Moran, has turned up after he has been summoned by the party via Saiko, the brown wolf, to help with their problem of getting the people out of their tree prisons, which is a new spell that has been granted to, from what you learned before, guys, granted to the Vicious Whisper and his followers, or some of select few of his followers, via Viloff. So it's a unique spell, tree imprisonment. You'll just kind of he stood there in front of you and is looking a little bit impatient with his staff, and he's like, "So what are you waiting for? We've got some people that we need to save, don't we?"
Oh, yeah.
Or did you forget that you'd called me?
No.
Yeah.
It's just we had a bit of a fight, so we was just taking a moment to recuperate.
Ah, I see. So you're done. You ready?
Yeah, they're back that way.
Oh yeah, I know where they are. I've been talking to this. I've been humbled to speak to Saiko, the brown wolf, which has been
Oh, yeah.
one of the most interesting things that's happened to me all week, if I'm honest. And I'm in the middle of trying to fight a war on both sides. So, let's. Yeah. So I was just minding my own business, having a drink, when I was approached by this fey-looking a lady who told me that they needed to teach me a new spell so I could save some people from trees. And I'm like, okay, why not? So I came with her, and it brought me to you, of all people. So, yes.
Okay.
Just to be clear, we didn't put them in the trees.
No, I'm fully aware of the things that Viloff teaches his son and his followers, and unfortunately this isn't a spell that I was graced with. He says that in a sarcastic tone, but it is one that I have now, and I can use to free them from their prisons. I don't know why Herion is going about it this way, but this is one of the reasons why he needs to be stopped.
We have some theories on that which we can discuss later.
Oh.
Let's go save these poor folk.
Absolutely. Tell me, actually, how are you going about planning this party for Viloff? Wasn't that one of the plans that you were going to do the last time we spoke?
Oh,
Yeah, that's something we've been meaning to get round to.
I
However, we've
just
been
hadn't
very
thought about
busy.
that.
Sorry.
I literally just had an idea.
Yeah.
we said we had to plan a party.
Mhm.
Yes.
We didn't say that we had to attend the party.
No.
I looked around for some wildlife.
Yeah. You give me a quick perception check.
All right. Okay, hang on. Well, that is a perception. Ooh, and I did it. Oh no, I didn't. Dang it. So that is a dirty 20.
Okay. You see, sort of like under, like a couple around sort of the battle area. You see a couple of molehills.
Okay.
And one of them is kind of like sort of like moving around a little. There's a creature in there. You see a little nose sort of poking out of the ground.
This is even better than I hoped. I can speak with animals.
Okay.
I can speak with animals. And I said, excuse me, mole friend.
Oh, yes.
I just thought that it would be nice if you and your friends got together and held a party for an archfey named Vyloth.
Sorry.
Just,
What?
just celebrate his name. Say that you're worshipping him and that you think he's a really great guy. And in return, I just get out some food, and I go, all of this is for you and your kin. And I break it down into small bits, and just say it's an offering to Vyloth when you eat it. Okay?
You see his huge like digging paws kind of come out, and he kind of places himself down onto this thing, and his nose goes down. He's not looking at you, his eyes are completely shut. He just that's pushing some of the grub towards his mouth, and this is good. It's good. Who am I celebrating again?
Vyloth.
Vyloth. And you want me to throw a party for Vyloth?
Just
I don't
tell
think
all
this
your
is
mole
what I wanted.
friends. Just tell anyone that you know who will listen that this is an offering for Vyloth, and he graced you. No, wait, hang on. He graced you with this food. It's not an offering. He graced you with it. Okay?
Yeah. And
So-
also invite the birds, invite all your other animal friends. Just go crazy.
You
yeah.
are Vyloth. You are Vyloth? You gave me the
No.
food.
No. Sorry, Eli, you can't understand it.
Yeah, Eli. All you can hear is him making weird snuffling sounds at this mole that's making weird snuffling sounds. Something like.
Raljin, we have to go. What are you doing?
It's all right. You'll like this when I tell you in a minute.
Okay.
Where would you like me to throw this party?
Just anywhere you like, wherever's safest and wherever you feel is comfortable and the most fun for you. And this is what Vyloth looks like, and I described Vyloth, so there isn't any loopholes there that I can get
will
caught on.
cast prestidigitation as Ralphin. Oh wait, no, I can't understand it.
And
No,
also, he's blind.
Yeah.
It's the mole.
Yeah. So even describing him isn't going to help.
No, but that way, if he tells the others, they might, whatever other animals, they might go, oh yeah.
I could throw it here. We could have a party here.
Yeah, that's fine. Just enjoy the gift, and yes, enjoy your party. And then I walk away and go, okay, party sorted.
What just happened?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm confused.
did Yule understand that?
Yes, and he's looking absolutely bewildered at what you just.
I thought we were going to use the party as a method of getting to someone that we were going to try and murder. Is that not?
Yeah,
happening?
that's what I thought.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot about that. But I mean,
You were going to murder anyone? Oh.
I mean, it's I just. Was that not a good idea? No one said that we had to be in the party, and no one said the partygoers had to be sentient.
I mean,
to be
Vyloth
fair-
is certainly he'll enjoy a party as much as the next person, but if there's no alcohol there, he's going to be pissed.
Well, how can he be pissed without alcohol?
All he specified was that there was a party. It is not our fault he skimped on the details of the agreement. As an archfey, he should understand that.
As an archfey, you probably shouldn't discuss the finer points of the contract, but we shall see how that pans out.
An interesting one. Although I know exactly where this spell came from that I'm about to wield, Saiko was speaking with Violov quite recently.
I mean, we can always do a proper party if everyone thinks that wasn't good enough. I was just trying to help.
I think it's good enough.
Oh, moles throw pretty good parties. They get blind. they get blind drunk.
Hey.
Ayla does not understand how a mole throwing a party is going to satisfy Violet.
Hey, a mole party is one that I can really dig. Now,
They just keep coming.
Please don't tell me you've.
I think we've made a mountain out of this.
Oh, God.
I can't beat that one. I can't beat that one. Anyway, if we're done joking, we should probably get to saving these villagers. Otherwise, they're going to be well, I don't know. There isn't really much downside except for these trees are chopped down and they're still in them. So, should we make post haste?
Oh yes.
So we're chopping the trees down?
No, we're not chopping the trees down. We're freeing these people from their
Sorry,
imprisonment.
Sorry, you mentioned
Absolutely
chopping
not.
the trees down.
I just need you all to do something while I'm doing it. It will go much quicker if you're, if you're involved in helping.
Yes, what is it?
Sorry. Do you need to know which trees have people in them? Because I could just ask the trees. Oh yeah, I think I can speak to plants now.
You think
What?
you can speak to plants?
Right, so that's animals and plants. Excellent.
I've been studying the spell, and I've never really tried it. But yeah, I think I've got it.
You can either speak to plants or you can't. I can speak to plants.
Oh, okay.
Who throws a better
Plant off,
party? Who throws the better party? An oak tree or a mole?
A what and a mole?
An oak tree or a mole?
I don't know. An oak tree is barking mad, so. But they do tend to branch out a little bit more. But I'll leave that one alone.
Oh, my goodness me.
I'm stumped.
What, that?
I was wondering when you'd twig on. Anyway.
Oh.
I mean,
None of you are seeing the wood for the
hypocrisy
trees
from the hand
here.
to say that we're wasting time.
Turn a new leaf and stop messing
Oh.
about.
Yes, let's just get to the root of the problem.
Oh dear.
Oh my God.
And now I'm having flashbacks to the day that me and Rob did a whole tree pun thing, and yeah. Anyway. So anyway, 15 minutes, guys. So.
Yeah, sorry. Okay.
Leave it out.
Oh dear. Anyway,
Yay.
I didn't see that coming. Anyway.
We're all just delirious.
Oh dear.
No.
Oh no. That old chestnut. Anyway.
Please.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh dear.
See?
Oh dear. Right. Okay. Right. So you'll
Thinking
will.
of another one.
So you if you can speak to the plants too, maybe this will make things a little bit faster. Maybe we pair off, and if you find some of the ones that contain people, and you're able to mark them off, that would be very helpful. So what we're going to do, myself and Raljin, we're going to scope out all the trees that have people within them. We'll put a mark on them, and then I need the rest of you, and he's going to get a piece of parchment out of his pocket, several of them actually, enough for one each. I need the rest of you to carve this, and he holds up, it's sort of like a magic circle, and it's a lot of different, pattern, weird pattern. I need you to carve this into the bark of the trees. Don't worry, it's not going to hurt the person inside. It just means that every tree that has this on them, I can affect with the spell just the once, rather than have to cast it simultaneously. Sorry, rather than have to cast it individually on every tree. We just need to make sure we know which trees have people in them, and then we can mark them and write this magic circle on them. I'm assuming you, and he looks at Grinks, will be quite proficient in this. He's going to hand it over to you, to Grinks. The other two, you, Sal and Malrin. Sorry, Malrin's back. Sal, Malrin, and Ayla, you three are going to have to try your best to put these in to the trees.
Question.
Yes.
Sorry, out of character. How complicated is it? Literally just a circle.
It's a circle with other other designs. Some look like leafy designs on them. It does look somewhat complex, but not too difficult that you couldn't do it. It's not like there's no. It's like certain runes and things that are on there, but you probably couldn't go too wrong. You will have to do There will be a check when doing them. Yeah. So it is a group effort on this.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
If we get this circle wrong, is the person going to come out of the tree deformed, like, they'd been teleported while, like, an insect was next to them in a pod?
If something goes wrong, obviously I've never performed this spell before in my life, so I have no idea what might happen if we do this wrong.
So I could have another of my top 10 dead bodies.
Quite possibly. So what I'm going to say is, the pressure is on. Don't do it wrong. Is that
Yes. What attribute do you need to do this? Is it strength, dexterity, wisdom, intelligence?
This is it's out of character there. It's dexterity, but it will be either performance.
Okay.
Or 1 second.
I mean, it's...
So you can use performance for it, as in crafting. You can use Arcana if you're high in that, or you can just use Dexterity if you're high in that. I'll choose the one that's higher for you.
Hand?
I can allow sleight of hand.
Okay.
So it's a Dexterity, performance, or Arcane skill. So you can choose the one that's best for you. On that one.
Before we undertake these carvings, we should do them one at a time. I will be able to cast magic to assist you.
Okay.
Ah, good.
Yeah.
First of all, me and Raljin, and we're going to say you've got there now. You've spelled this time explaining you've got there.
Yeah.
First of all, Raljin and I, we should go around, talk to the trees, and find out which ones have people in them. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So he's going to start going around and whispering to the
trees.
trees.
We're not going to be hurting the trees, are we?
No, well, no, you are carving into the trees. The trees may complain a little, however, they might feel better after they've expelled the biological person that is within them.
Oh, that's fine by me then.
So you're doing them a greater service just by giving them a bit of a tattoo, essentially.
Oh my god,
that's
this is
okay.
such a weird episode.
the tree tattoos. There we go.
The tree tattoo. The name.
Tattooing the trees. So yeah, he's going to go off and start talking to trees. It's going to take about an hour of talking to trees, and this is how many people. I think I said there was about 200 people.
Oh my
that
I
live
can
in.
only speak with plants for 10 minutes, and I can only cast it once.
You can only cast it once. So for 10 minutes, you assist. For the rest of the time, it will be you'll doing it, and he doesn't have to cast it. It's an ability he just knows. So he just goes around and he'll do the rest of them, and he'll tell you to mark them as he's talking to them. So he talks to them, you're like, that one.
I'll help with the carvings after.
Okay, and start doing some carving. So when you've done that, I'd like everybody to give me a check, please. It'll be Dexterity, sleight of hand for those that want to use that, performance for those that want to use that, or it'll be Intelligence Arcana for those that want to use that.
Can I?
12.
Sorry.
Go on, Raljin. What are you saying?
Can I roll with advantage? Because this is technically woodwork.
Yeah, I've got wood carving.
You can't roll with advantage, but you can add your proficiency.
Okay.
because that's what you do. You're proficient
that's
with
right.
woodworking tools.
It's just
Yeah.
yeah.
So can I auto my 12 then?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. That's 16.
Okay. Wow.
I
Excellent.
will cast guidance on Sal if they are doing a sleight of hand check.
Oh, thank you. What does guidance do?
Plus D4 to your roll.
Oh, should I roll that? I've already rolled, but I shall have my D4. Oh, thank you. That makes it a 19.
Excellent.
23.
I will
Excellent.
roll with Arcana.
What was that?
That's
Nothing.
17 on dice, so 26. I think
No.
I get plus 9 to Arcana now.
Nice.
I do. That's 26, Phil.
26. Excellent. So between you all, and you completely succeeded the group check. Threw it out the park. Between you all, you managed to carve sufficient and really nice, decent carvings of this magic circle into all of the trees that Yul and Raljin have pointed out to you all. Yul will then sort of find an open-ish area within the woodland area, and he will do the same symbol on the floor. Sort of like, there's like dead leaves around. He'll sort of use those and like push the mud around to create the circle. Grinks will probably help him as well. It's much larger, and you see that some uprooted roots that sort of like pop through it. He kind of pulls them up a little bit so that they're definitely touching the magic circle. And he does the same for a few. So he's got to make sure they're all connected. Right. When I do this, hopefully, if you've all done your job right, they will all emerge from the trees, probably a little bit bewildered and confused, or still scared, given the how they've been placed into the trees. So, just be prepared, okay?
Ayla, you might want to cover your armor.
Yeah, okay. I don my robe and draw my hood.
Okay, you don your robe and draw your hood. Right. Here goes nothing. And he places his hands down on the circle and begins to mutter the spell. And takes him about 10 minutes to cast, ritually. And as he finishes the casting, the circle begins to glow and the leaves begin to sort of like rustle around the area, and the roots of the trees begin to move and sort of like push the earth up. And you notice as you look around, the trees then begin to glow, almost like a green glow through the middle of each one, like a door is opening. There is a sudden flash of sort of green light, as each tree opening simultaneously causes this area to illuminate. And as the trees open, you see figures beginning to emerge, one at a time, 1, 2, walking out of each of the trees. You see the people sort of coming out and the light begin to fade. But your success turns to a bit of a downer, as you notice that the people emerging from the trees are not civilians of the city, of the village that you were are close by. They're all wearing the same or very similar armor to Alar. They've all got weapons, they're all drawn, and they're all looking at you. You then hear a voice come from a little bit further away. Someone dressed in very, very ornate. Gold armor, huge horns. Sort of almost like he's a couple of inches taller, walking towards you all and says, "Ha! I knew that you were a traitor, Yul, but finding out this way, well. Your execution before my people will serve as a message not to betray the vicious whisper." And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oh, you.
How many are there, Phil?
About 200. And that is my Trojan horse. That is where I'm going to end tonight's session, guys. So, thank you. I'm sorry it was a shorter session tonight, but I really enjoyed that reveal. That was very, very nice for me. So yeah, we'll find out what happens to the party after they are ambushed by the Vicious Whisper and about 200 of his men. For time for us to call it crits for tonight, guys. So see you later, and bye from these guys. And I think they're all a bit dumbstruck at the moment. They think I'm trying to kill them. Right. See you later. Bye, everybody.